I guess we're going to start with Lost Ark. Now, obviously, I've, gone through and talked about Lost Ark before, but the overall opinion of the game and of this announcement has been a very not good situation. Why I'm furious about Lost Ark Summer 2023. Holy fuck. I guess we're gonna watch this. So we're gonna take a look at this video and just watch it, and then we'll fill in the cracks and the gaps in between and decide where things are gonna be. So overall, Lost Ark, I think we should contextualize it by doing this. Lost Ark, here's the game, here's the game. Okay, so if you look at this graph, what this graph indicates is that the game is dying. And the way that you can tell that is the fact that it keeps going down. And just whenever you thought it couldn't go lower, it does. Lost Ark and New World, they're actually having a competition. Amazon, it's an internal Amazon Game Studios competition of which game can die the fastest. And, I mean, it's a really, really tight race. They're working really hard on both games. And honestly, guys, they could tie at this point. I'm not sure. So anyway, basically Lost Ark, came out in the West, and it had an incredibly well and a great reception. It was like very, very positively received. Of course, a lot of these numbers are primarily created through bots, because there were a lot of bots in the game. However, there were also a lot of people playing the game, and a lot of people care about Lost Ark. How many of you guys played Lost Ark? I think this is a good way to look at it. Yeah, how many of you guys played the game? Me. I do play the game, me. So a lot of you guys played the game. Why did you quit? Alts, pay to win. It got ridiculous. Grinding, homework, pay to win dog shit. Daily homework, grinding, gatekeeping, dailies and Fions, Chaos Dungeons and Guardians. Mandatory alts, yeah. Okay, so basically everybody quit for probably the same half a dozen to a dozen reasons. And obviously I just want to make sure that we understand that Lost Ark is not doing well. And I don't know how it's doing over in Korea. I can't really speak to that, but this is where it's at in the West. And I made a video about this kind of recently. Where is it? Asmongold Lost Ark. This video right here, this is a 50-minute video. And a lot of people watched this, including the Korean community, and they were pretty much all positive about it. A lot of people agreed with me, and it's really not a surprise. AGS unironically saved the summer. Well, AGS isn't the problem. You understand? The problem is the core game. The problem is that Lost Ark is designed in a way to make you want to pay to win. So they create these artificial roadblocks and these really long grinds in order to give you an incentive to skip them. Because if you could just get everything that you wanted, like for example, in Honkai Star Rail or one of these other games, you can pretty much just get everything done in like a half hour. And like, that's about it. Well, Lost Ark, you have to do a half hour 6 times a day. That's a long time. And anyway, this is going to be a video about Loa, talking about the whole announcement and everything, because from what I've heard, well, my disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. And this is the transcript of what the guys at Smilegate said. Here's a summary of what I can glean from the Google translated transcript. Homework isn't as simple as just making it less. There are people who feel they have too much homework, and then there are people who say there is nothing to do, most likely alluding to alt-heavy rosters versus alt-light rosters. There are currently a lot of discussions internally on what to focus on. Dom talks about his own personal experience of being the first enjoying new content, then it becoming tiresome or a chore after a while. Acknowledges there are too many people who raise alts in the game, adding to the fatigue. When it comes to Chaos Dungeons, I talk about improving spawn locations, increasing density, increasing spawn times, adjusting the movement speed. Okay, this is just fucking stupid. I am so tired of these clowns that don't understand what they're doing. Nobody wants to run a Chaos Dungeon fucking 12 times a day. Chaos Dungeons are really fun. But they're not fun 12 times a day. Nobody does anything like that 12 times a day. That's nuts. And it's also the Guardian raids, because it's like the way that the Guardian raids are designed. What Guardian raid do you want to do? You want to do the fucking, like, what is it? They have the most recent one is the gorilla, right? And so you want to kill the gorilla because he gives the most loot, right? So Hanu, yeah, Hamuna Matan, yeah, whatever the fuck his name is. Well, anyway, as soon as you kill him the first time, the best thing for you to do is to go and kill him again. Because that's the best, that's the thing that's going to give you the most loot. And like, how fun is that? As soon as you get done killing a boss, then you have to turn around and then kill the exact same boss again for no fucking reason. And so these are the ways to, this is the way to solve that. You take the amount of Guardian raids that you have to do, and you take it from 2. Okay, all right, listen. Here, actually, maybe I should get to go to Google Translate and type this in Korean. Maybe they will finally fucking listen. Because I have been complaining about this shit for a year. For an entire fucking year. And obviously, they don't get it. They don't understand. So here's what you do. You have it to where there was 2. Okay? There's 2. And now there's 1. Okay, so what you do is you make it to where you don't have to do 2, and you only have to do 1. That's how it works, right? Okay, see that? That's how it works. Okay, yep, got it. And then you double the rewards, so that way, people that do it get all of the fucking rewards. It's too complicated. There's no ripcord for that. Yeah, I mean, you just can't. I mean, there's no way they could do that, right? They'd have to completely reinvent the game. I'm just going to watch the video and I'm going to put in my own comments throughout this, and then I'll talk a little bit about the other changes that they're making. Smilegate's fucking retarded. I don't think that they're, I don't think that, I think that it's intentional. I do. I think that it's fucking intentional. They're doing it on purpose. And they're doing it on purpose to make people want to spend money. Here we go.
So, I know I've been trying to quit this game for a long time, and I've quit like 6 months ago. I haven't done dailies. I got my character to 1580, and all I do is really raid once a week with a static, right? Like, I haven't played Lost Ark properly.
1580, that's like the same item level as me, but I don't play the game. I just spend money on it. So, you know, we're basically just the same.
A while. And there's many reasons for that. You guys probably have seen the other videos already. Everything that I complained about, everything that I think is a problem, everything you know, I think is like what the real issues are, right? And maybe you've also noticed recently I put a couple of statistics on Twitter, which you can see right here. Actually, let's go into this section. You can see right here the Korean PC bang ratings for Lost Ark in Korea. We already know that Lost Ark the numbers are dwindling rapidly.
Well, wasn't Lost Ark the 3rd most played game in Korea like 2 years ago? Or 1 year ago? Yeah. So I talked to this Korean girl. And she doesn't really know a lot of English, but she played Lost Ark. And I said that, I was like, well, why did you quit? And you know what she said? She said it was annoying. I think a lot of people feel that way. It was annoying, and that was the only word she used for it. That was it. The game was annoying.
The month is less and less and less, and we don't even know how many of those are still bots or not. Like, but in Korea, there's a more of an obvious, you know, showcase of how many people are playing, because the Korean PC bang, which is basically PC cafes, have rankings of what people are playing, and usually
of course
these are pretty accurate. Obviously, you know, if you had all players it would change slightly, but this is the best numbers that are available. And as you can see, the biggest competitor of Lost Ark, which is MapleStory, had a massive update where every class basically
How the fuck do people still play that 2D piece of shit? How the fuck are they going and they're playing MapleStory instead of Lost Ark? I mean, you've got to really fumble the fucking bag to have MapleStory beating you out.
A new fucking massive awakening ability and reworking other things, quality of life stuff, new bosses, all that kind of...
What Smilegate needs to do is they need to hire me. They can hire me. I get, like, just... Actually, you know what? I'll do it for free. Just let me sit down and I will explain what the problem with the fucking game is. You know what they really need to do in Lost Ark? And this is going to make some people upset that have spent money on the game. But Kazaros needs to be tier 4. That's it. We've had tier 3 for, like, fucking 2 years. Everybody is in tier 3. If everybody's in tier 3, it's not tier 3. We need a reset. And in my opinion, I think you need a massive fucking reset. Wait, it's still T3? Yes, it's still T3. T4 is coming. You need, like, every good MMO has resets almost. Like, OSRS is the weird exception with a lot of different things, right? But, like, every other game has these massive resets.
Shit, right? And as you can see, because of that, the update isn't even fully out yet. The full update will actually hit next month. But the pre-update already has Korea playing it a lot. And as you can see, Lost Ark is about to be eliminated.
What a bunch of horse shit that is. 2%? 1.98%? Imagine having a game that has a fight as good as Valton in it, as good as Alaric, as good as Belshazzar, Gate 6, and you're fumbling the fucking bag so bad that you can't even get 2% in your own home country. What a fucking joke. You're getting beat by Overwatch. You're getting doubled by Overwatch. A dog shit game that Blizzard threw in the towel for. This is pathetic. StarCraft. When the fuck did StarCraft get an update? 10 years ago?
From the top 10 games in Korea.
Oh my god.
So what happened and what's going on? Basically what's going on is the game is suffering from a massive amount of, well,
fatigue. That's what it's suffering from. It's suffering from fatigue. And yeah, just fatigue. I think that's the best word to describe what is wrong with Lost Ark. It is fatiguing.
Work fatigue is what they're calling it.
That is so true. I totally agree with him. This guy is so smart.
Because the content is very repetitive, a lot of dailies, a lot of bullshit.
A lot of bullshit.
On top of that, there is, well, not a whole lot of new stuff coming out. The PvP is dead. The open world
The PvP was always fucking dead. Because anybody that gives a fuck about PvP, look at the chart. They're playing League of Legends. What do you think, some dumb fuck is going to stop playing one of the best competitive games in the entire world to go play some fucking, like, bootleg version of it on some pay-to-win garbage game? No, of course not. They've already have League.
Dead. The professions are dead. Basically everything you can think about besides raiding is dead.
Well, professions are fucking dead because there's nothing that you do with them. You do mining. What do you get out of mining? Oh, now you can throw a bomb. Oh god, thank God I can throw a bomb now. Why the fuck would I want to throw a bomb? You want to do Spider Isle? Maybe you can destroy the egg a little bit faster. But there's nobody else there, so you're just gonna try to hatch the egg. You're gonna spend 15 minutes there. It's still not gonna be hatched, or maybe you're halfway in combat with the spider, and then the island ends. Like, do these people even play the fucking game?
There's nothing else that anyone else is doing. Maybe you do some scheduled event every now and then. But the world is empty.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to get level 30 in my wood cutting so I can cut down the purple trees in Punica. What did I get? Oh great, more wood. That's it. More wood. The same wood.
No one wants to do fucking Chaos Dungeons and Guardians and Una tasks anymore.
I think people love Chaos Dungeons and I think Guardians are fun. How many of you guys... How many of you guys love gummy bears? Do you guys like gummy bears? Who here likes gummy bears? Okay. You have to eat 12 gummy bears, 12 bags of gummy bears every single day forever. Do you still like them? Probably not. No, you're dead now. And that is the problem. That right there, that is the situation that we are in. It is Chaos Dungeons are genuinely fucking fun. They're awesome. But there are like improvements. Like I would make a lot of improvements with Chaos Dungeons. I think they could be way better than they are right now. However, I think that they're really fun. They're fundamentally really fun. But like, I don't think that they're that fun that I want to do them 2 times 6, 12 times a day. That's not fun. That's crazy.
And everyone is basically just playing to get to the next raid tier so they can have some fun with their static. And obviously that's not a very good situation to be in for an MMORPG, especially not in the West, but as you can see, it's already also a problem in Korea. So now there was a law on.
I'm so glad to see it fucking up in Korea too. Because now at least the people over in Korea can't be on copium and just be like, oh, the Western players just don't like working. Bro, you guys fucking hate it too. See, this is what I told you.
On basically means BlizzCon.
Yeah.
Lost Ark, where they announce all the update for the next 6 months, basically.
They're really furious now? Good.
And this is what happened, right?
Rice Eaters, yeah.
This is everything that was announced. New class, Soul Leader. New raid, Thamine.
Well, I can't wait to do Thamine, where if one person, you know, he's going to do something where he slams down with, like, the big sword, and it's going to make, like, a giant pizza slice, and if you're in it, you're dead. Well, I can't wait for, like, one person to die to that, and then the raid's over. Oh, that's going to be so fucking fun. I can't, oh, wow, how exciting that's going to be. Thamine has a counter that requires more than one person to hit it. I don't think that's that big of a deal.
Free shit for new players, which we'll get into in a second, and new story content, which most people will just press Shift G for.
Oh,
that's basically
exciting.
the entirety of what they even mentioned in the first announcement of the roadmap. So now let's talk about this and like this one little like Minesweeper upgrade system. I don't even. Anyways,
like I give a fuck.
We knew about Soul Eater. We knew about Thamine. The new Mokoko stuff, let's get into that for one quick second because people keep praising this for some reason. This is a band-aid fix. They're not...
Well, and also, I think that Thamine probably was a really, really good point for them to have increased it to tier 4. Because, like Thamine, as far as I know in the lore, Thamine and Kazuros are kind of on the same power level. Like, yeah, Kazuros is maybe a bit more powerful, but it's not like Thamine is like an underling of Kazuros. He is way more fucking powerful than all of the other ones, as far as I know. He should be the next tier. And if it's not him, it better fucking be Kazuros. They're equal based on lore? Yeah, exactly.
Addressing any fundamental progression systems. They're only giving you free shit and making it easier early on to hone. Now let's think about this. A new player goes into the game, hones to level to 1540 for Kai Angle, and tries to enter raids without even understanding any system.
Kai Angle is the, it's K Angel in the US or some fucking shit. It's the, it's the raid for Elgatia.
Systems of the game. They don't understand how gems work, really. They don't really understand how cards work, really. They don't even understand how the combat really works or how tripods work. Or, like, basically, if you're a new player, now you will get showered with a billion free things and then put into the fucking endgame. And obviously, you won't have roster level.
I think that's a bad way to do it. Like, you can't just catch people out to the game and then be like, oh, okay, well, now you're caught up, so you just go do the raids. No, like, it takes a long time for people to learn it. Like, doing Belshazzar is fucking hard. And I didn't even do the hard mode. I bet the hard mode is even worse.
So the gatekeeping will be fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine being a new player in a situation like that, where the progression doesn't happen gradually anymore, but instead, you're just gonna sit there and get showered with shit. Which, to be fair, is better than what we have right now.
But it's not really better, because if you put somebody who barely knows how to drive in like a fucking Ferrari or something, they're going to drive it into a wall because they don't know what the hell they're doing. It's just because you give somebody a really powerful character doesn't mean that they're going to know how to play it. The good thing about Lost Ark in the beginning is the fact that you would progress through the game and you would progressively do harder and harder content until you fought the hardest content in the game. But now, you're starting on 9 and you go to 10.
Improvement. But does this address anything in the long term? Absolutely not. Another band-aid fix. Same thing what happened with the cube. oh, we combine boss rush and cube, and now it's just this thing that takes 2 minutes and you're done. Instead of reworking the system and making it good, they just make it shorter.
Yeah.
Same thing, which they just talked about.
Yeah, there's like no real innovation or change in the game. It just, you're just making the game shorter, and that way it doesn't take as long, and so that's the solution. Lost Ark isn't a bad game, but they have 0 promo for new content. You're right, Lost Ark is horrible at marketing. And I think that Lost Ark is fundamentally, this is why I think a lot of Lost Ark players are still emotional about it, is that Lost Ark is a fundamentally great game. If you look at the actual mechanics and the gameplay of Lost Ark, I think that it is an S-tier game. Like, some of the boss fights are S-tier, the combat is S-tier, the movement is S-tier. Like, I actually think it is an incredibly good game. So that's why people are pissed. They're pissed because you're taking something that's this good and you're just putting shit on it.
End about Chaos Dungeons. What a bunch of bullshit. Like, oh yeah, the daily, we've been thinking about updating the daily fatigue, but the only thing we've really come up with so far is maybe making Chaos Dungeons a little bit faster because the mobs spawn faster and they come to—
Yeah, they don't even understand the problem.
Do you better or whatever the fuck. Basically what's happening, MapleStory and Lost Ark are 1-to-1 competitors in Korea, and I was expecting, you know,
Dude, how pathetic that you're losing to MapleStory. That is just fucking sad. That's like being Call of Duty Wars. Well, I mean, I was gonna say losing to like a Flash game, but BattleBit, actually that kind of happened. Never mind.
Lost Ark to try to put up a fight with the massive update that MapleStory has gotten and addressing a lot of the community concerns. And none of that has happened. There's literally nothing. But what's also funny is the Third Awakening part, which is a thing that they talked about for a long time, actually. You know what? I'll show you what I actually put into my bingo card, because that's interesting, okay? So this was my bingo before, and what I was expecting to happen, or what I was hoping to happen. And this is what we got. So what we got is a weird collab 3 times, 3 weird collabs. We obviously got the new class, you know.
Wow, so we didn't get anything good? Holy shit, that's crazy. So nothing good happened? Wow. That's actually really impressive. That is, wow.
Was to be expected. We got the new Legion raid, also was to be expected. We got bikini skins.
Everybody could have expected
and
that.
Mokoko skins.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Wow. Then they mentioned EUNA for like 1 millisecond, and then they said, oh, these rewards are only for Korea. And everything else was basically not addressed. And even in the Q&A after, even if it was addressed, it was basically not at all. So what's happening here? None of the fundamental issues were addressed. There's no...
Yeah, nothing important is... They're not adding anything important, but they are adding bikinis.
Tier 4, which I think is mandatory for the game to...
Yeah.
For the long term to be good.
They need to reset it. They have to reset the fucking game. Like, tier... What tier 3 starts at, like, what? 302 item level? 1302? And now it goes up to 1655? Holy shit!
Absolutely mandatory. Not happening. Sailing rework, they mentioned that for like 1 millisecond, that there's like 1 less stage of 1 sailing co-op quest or whatever. Not gonna do anything. Alt rework, not even mentioned. Gear set reworks, I think there's 1 new gear set, but that's about it. Daily rework, basically not mentioned. Max roster level, not mentioned. Third Awakening, well, it's a big update, so we gotta delay it. We've been talking about it for like 3 years, but we're still not ready. Oopsie. Engine update, obviously not. Lost Ark Mobile, no.
By the way, the engine update, Lost Ark runs on, am I right about this? Unreal 3? Yeah.
By the way, PvP update, absolutely not. I think they even said they will remove PvP from Rowan to an extent. So there's probably less than before, although Rowan PvP was never good, don't get me wrong, but...
Anybody could have told you that was fucking stupid.
Card rework, you can now get Balthor and I think Armin from Trade Merchants, which, by the way, Trade Merchants is about the worst combat,
What a stupid fucking design. the random trade merchants. So you have to have, like, this is what you do, right? If you're so any people that don't play Lost Ark, this is the way it works. There are these special stupid fucking cards, and you have to get a lot of them, and they make you do more damage, okay? Basically. And if you want to buy certain cards, they are available from a vendor for 20 minutes randomly every hour. And they spawn about, on average, twice a week. Or sorry, once every 2 weeks. So you have to have way cards. Yes, you have the way cards. There it is. And so what the people do is they have notifications on their cell phone. And Discord sends them a push notification. Oh my God, way card is up. And then they have to rush on, get on this fucking game, and play it. At that exact time. Yes, you gotta get the fuck up. Yeah, 4 a.m. Annika. Yep, no way. Yeah. It's nuts, man. Oh, and then, by the way, the card bonus that you get for this is literally 7% damage. And then the final one, I think, is 8% damage. You just get 8% damage. You're doing 8% more damage. It's really good. I've literally woken up just to get the card several times. Yeah, it's insane.
But the worst content in the game that you can do, because you literally need a third-party website that tracks what people are doing, and so people can type in like which card is where and where is this guy. It's really bad and really unfun. We didn't even see Gold River. I didn't, at least. Esta Armor luckily didn't happen. MOBA wasn't mentioned. Fian rework didn't exist. Profession rework didn't exist either. So basically, as I said, all that happened was this year.
Jeez. Oh my God.
And that's just like, especially considering the context of their situation. The community's fed up with the fucking dailies and the bullshit.
I told them this. I said this last year. And nobody wanted to listen to me. Everybody was mad. Well, this is what you get.
There's no new proper content that you do outside of raids. And MapleStory is popping off with a massive new update. And still, this is what they come up with. How can anyone still be motivated to play the game if this is what they come up with? The most pathetic, predictable content roadmap that you could possibly imagine.
Yeah.
And
I mean, he's right.
they didn't even talk about gender unlock classes either. You know how last time they teased the gender unlock scrapper? But no one liked this, that fighters getting another gender unlock, obviously, because they already have striker. So what did they do instead? Nothing.
It is what it is, yeah.
Who knows? Yeah, that's great. So basically they haven't addressed a single problem the game has, and they don't even add anything specifically good or like new that people would get excited about. Sure, a new raid is cool. Sure, a new class is cool.
Yeah.
But that's negligible in comparison to what people are, you know?
Well, people, like, nobody is going to come back for a new raid. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, people will come back and do Thamine. They're going to come back and do Kazaros and Carmine and whatever other fucking raid they cook up. Sure, yeah, they'll play that raid. But none of these things are really going to reinvigorate the player base. They're not really going to... these are... But you have to understand, like, what do you think the item level requirement to get into Thamine is going to be? Like 640? 620? 1620? Right? It's going to be insane. So it's just the level requirement is so high, and then you're going to go in. How the fuck are you even going to do that? So, like, unless you are already a very serious player of the game, this is not appeal. This doesn't matter to you. It doesn't even exist.
Concerned about. So I'd really hope that this low odd would convince me to, like, or motivate me to keep playing and to actually take it seriously again, because there's not really anything else, right? There's barely any games releasing. There is very little new stuff. Like you can go back. I played some Maple Story recently. It's okay, like it's you know. And you can go back and like I had the most fun with recently is Classic WoW Hardcore, which is a 20-year-old game.
Oh God, yeah, all right.
Like the problem here is there is no competition in the Western world at least, and it's not as easy for a content creator obviously to just say quit. I'm gonna quit my only income. You know,
yeah, that's one of the problems that like people have with games is that they are known for one game. So like as soon as they stop making content for that game, nobody watches them anymore. This happens especially for WoW players. It's like really bad. And you see some people like CatDany from Lost Ark does a really great job of making content for other games. Like he made a lot of content for Throne and Liberty, made a lot of content for Blue Protocol. That's what you have to do. Because if you just make content for one game, whenever the game dies, you do too.
Obviously, for me, it's a little bit different situation than most people, but like it's a terrible situation. Because the other games are all like, you know, the game that I looked forward to the most is Throne and Liberty, or was Throne and Liberty, and you know what?
Ooh, that's not good.
Happened to that, right? And then you have Blue Protocol that is got delayed to next year, which by the way, Blue Protocol, for the people who are still interested, it's probably a 5 out of 10. It's a very, very mid game. It's not terrible, it's not good either though. It's dead center, I think. So it's also not really something I'm super excited about. And what else is there really? Like, it's so obvious what these people need to do to fix these games and make them better. It's so obvious. There's a million different ways to approach this.
The reason why they're not fixing it is because they have the way that Lost Ark is monetized is through incentivizing people to buy gold and buy materials. So unless you can create a massive time sink to get the materials, like if you just give people the materials very quickly, well, then they're going to be less incentivized to spend money and buy the materials themselves. And the Lost Ark players deserve this. I want to just make this extremely clear. Anybody who is still playing Lost Ark right now deserves to get fucked like this and deserves to have their time wasted. Because if the Lost Ark players had any sense of self-respect, whenever Amazon pulled that bullshit with Fions, they should have all collectively quit the game until Fions got removed entirely. They serve no purpose, they have no value, and there are many other free-to-play games that have auction houses that do not require Fions. I don't want to hear it, it's bullshit. Especially not whenever you're able to sell commodities with no Fion costs anyway.
Like making more horizontal content that is fun, that you log into, that you just want to do, not because it's a fucking daily or scheduled or whatever the fuck, and just make it so there's fun content, things you can do on your main, more things you can do on your main. I don't want to play all these fucking alts. Why? If you only play your main character, you're gonna play 2 hours a week.
Here's what they should do. If you took out the ability to trade materials between characters on your roster, the game would instantly improve. It would immediately fucking improve if you just got rid of that. This whole thing where they're able to, they did? Oh, they're doing that. Okay, good. So then why do you need alts? They added a lot of material reduction, free show and low on, game has issues, but Nico doesn't mention a lot of the good things. Yeah, we'll look at that. It's gold, okay. Okay, well, big surprise. Yeah, so then you have to do it for gold.
None of that was addressed. Nothing. Like, none of these issues were even, like, talked about, really. So, I know it's hyperbolic coming from me, or sounding hyperbolic coming from me when I've talked about...
They removed the Fion cost for transferring accessories between alts. How long did that take? It took literally a year. I was saying that they should have done that, like, whenever the game came out. This is a problem that, like, these developers have, is they think that like, well, we'll fix it eventually. Well, by that time, people have already lost interest in the game and they don't care anymore. This is what happened to World of Warcraft, is that, like, Dragonflight overall fixed a lot of the problems that Shadowlands and BFA and Legion created. But nobody gives a fuck anymore because they're burnt out of the game. They don't want to give it another chance. They don't care that the game is better. It doesn't matter to them because they've already disconnected and they've moved on. And this is what's happening with Lost Ark. Like, you can't just like, oh, well, we're going to make that change. This is what Diablo's doing too. Oh, we're going to change it in Season 2. What the fuck are you talking about? You're going to change it in Season 2? The fuck do you mean you're going to change it in Season 2? Why does it take until Season 2? It should be fixed in like a month. You're going to tell me you can't fix this shit in a month? You can't add a gem tab in a month? You say it's 2-week approval process for a console update? Okay, so then it should be out in 2 weeks then, right? But it's going to be 5 months? PoE fixes things within 1 week, yes. Think about how many times PoE fixed shit in Lake of Kalandra and how many times they fix shit in, what's the new one? Crucible. They fix it like that day. They have the fucking CEO of the company reading and arguing with people on Reddit and then writing literal manifestos about why he's either right or wrong. And the battleground, remember the fucking Ark Nemesis mobs? And guess what? That community is happy. They are excited for PoE 2. They are buying the microtransactions. They are playing the game. Crucible League had the highest ever player count that PoE has ever seen on Steam. Think about that. It's because they don't wait. Like, imagine, remember, like, this is a really good example, is that in Metamorph League, I played this one a lot, you used to have to pick up the samples. Like, after you kill a mob, like, you would have to loot the sample. And Grinding Gear Games was like, this sucks, we're going to change it. They didn't say, oh, well, when it goes core, we're going to change it. Or we're going to change it in 2 leagues. No, they changed it inside of the league. They hotfixed it. Like, I don't understand how this is hard. Like, Lost Ark can't just, you can't just wait, like, expect people to play. And this is something that happened with Overwatch. Like, remember whenever Overwatch came out, Overwatch 2 came out, and May and Bastion were just unplayable? This is a joke. What are you fucking talking about? Didn't Legion League have crazy numbers too? Legion was probably, I would say Legion was probably the most popular PoE league ever for like the scope of the game. But like Crucible numerically has been the most successful in terms of highest concurrent player count.
These problems for so long already.
I'm just so mad.
But I don't see a future of this, and I don't know what I'm even gonna do. Like, maybe we'll make an Ashes of Creation video or something. Maybe I'll go back and like test older MMOs. But obviously the new games are all going to shit, and it's sad to see because I think Lost Ark has a lot of potential.
Everybody thinks that.
Especially Lost Ark PvP, I think, also has a lot of potential. Yeah. And I do remember them saying, by the way, like 1.5 years ago in a Q&A, where someone asked, can we have 1v1 PvP, like specific 1v1 PvP, maybe even with ranked, and the guy was like, yeah, we can do that. It never did, of course.
Yeah, it's like, why don't you just do it? Like, what are you doing? They don't need to make new raids. Most of the people are probably not clearing hard mode Akan. So if you're not clearing hard mode Akan, like, you don't need to make new raids. Like, stop doing it. Just stop making new raids. And like, people that are clearing hard mode Akan, it's not like they're gonna quit the game, bro. These people are fucking invested into the game. This is like their job. You need to make sure that the people that come into the game at the beginning stay.
So like, I don't know what, yeah, it's over, I think. I think it's over. I think there's not much more to be said. As Stoop said, just quit if you don't enjoy it. And honestly, I don't see a world where that doesn't make sense, right? Like, at the end of the day, all we can do is quit and hope that it gets better eventually. There's nothing else I can do. I've pointed everything out multiple times, and nothing ever happens. And not only me, right? This goes for like the entirety of the community. Everyone is pointing out a lot of problems. The Korean community is fed up with this shit too, and nothing is happening.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's gonna happen. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry for the doomer video, but you know,
this is a doomer video, and it's deserved.
It's over. And that's just how it is.
It's over.
I'm Nico Tulo. Peace. See you in the next video, I guess.
Probably
not Lost Ark related though. So.
Jesus, man.
Not that it was in recent memory anyways, but yeah. I think Lost Ark is over officially now. So. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening to me ramble. Have a nice weekend. Peace.
There are also a lot of systems in Lost Ark that are fucking garbage. How do I know these systems are garbage? Because I've done them. Rapport is a garbage system. It's bad. Some of the cooking things are garbage. Getting some of the island souls is garbage. The card system is garbage. Isle of Yearning, yes, garbage. Sailing events, garbage. One-shot raid mechanics like Vicus, I would argue, garbage. And people made excuses for it, and they said that it was okay, because guess what? The rest of the game is good, and the combat is good, but it's only going to take you so far. Raid mechanics are garbage? Yes, they absolutely are. Would you say more of the game is garbage than is good? I think that it depends on how you play it. So obviously it seems like they, what do you call it? Amazon is adding some positive changes. Yeah, this is what it's like being a Lost Ark player in the year 2023. There we go. You can dye your pants skin tone. Oh, thank God. Thank God. That's what we really needed. New patch coming in July that will save casuals and returning players. What is this going to do? They're removing mat requirements to craft relic gear. I can craft a second relic gear for free. Some miner returning to me as 1490 as a breath of fresh air. Now I can chill, do homework, and not worry about hard mode Brow anymore. I will be able to prog normal once I hone gear. Okay, great. I mean, like, these are all good things. These are absolutely good. But you know what they need to do? They have to reset the fucking game, man. Consolidation of tier 1 and 2. Just reset the game. There's too big of a power differential between, like, a high-level player and a low-level player. It's so big that, like, a high-level player, like, what are you critting for now on, like, hard mode con? 3 billion? 4 billion? 5 billion? Probably some ridiculous fucking number like that, right? Yeah, that's more health than Vaulton has on hard mode. It's insane. Yeah, just delete the boss. Yes, billions. Yeah, this is crazy. So I really don't know what to say about this. Obviously, these are improvements. I think these are good, but giving people the stuff for free doesn't make it fun to get. Allowing people to skip bad content doesn't make the content good. It just makes it not matter. So I don't know. Did I do this in my original Lost Ark video? I probably did. I probably made a list of things that they need to change. Yeah, there we go. And I would refer back to this video that I made. This was 2 months ago. Stop wasting players' time. You said it all. Yes, I've said everything that there is to say about Lost Ark. I, in a certain way, am glad that people are finally quitting the game, because now the developers might actually wake the fuck up. How can you reset while not making hardcore gamers feel like they've been wasting their time for those things? They were wasting their fucking time. It's a video game. Okay, look, I'm going to log on real quick, okay? I just want you guys to see where I'm at. I haven't logged on to Lost Ark since like April or something like that. You guys are going to see where I'm at. Like, I don't even remember where I'm at in the game. I have no idea. It's been so long. Okay. So this is my guy. I'm 1571 item level. I've been 1571 item level for about 8 months, 6 months. So weak? Oh yeah, no, I used to have like the highest item level in the game. I was like capped out.
You're back.
Yeah, I bet.
I was waiting for you.
Well,
there are matters that need your approval. Vern is the land of opportunity. We need to live up to that name.
Okay. So, if you look at my character, I've got, obviously, you know, all of my gear is level 2. Oh, apparently there's now a level 3. I didn't know that. So I'm going to have to do that again. I've got all of this. Obviously, I've got, you know, 600,000 gold. My virtue points are pretty high as well. My engravings, of course, for the time, are maxed out. I don't have any of the new ones because I haven't played. And gems, of course, I have multiple level 10 gems for all my big damage abilities. The cooldown ones don't scale the same way, so I haven't really upgraded those. My card sets, what was this? It's Alt-C, right? Is it Control-C or Alt-C? Yeah, so that's my card set. Obviously, I have Light of Salvation. I almost have it to Light of Salvation 30, but I haven't really pushed it that far. And, yeah, of course I have that. Gadon Trap. It's not going to be a trap whenever I fucking get it. So, let's see here. Also, you got, this is my, my progress here. I've 100%ed every single zone. I need to get, like, one cooking thing for South Vern. And then I stopped really playing on Rowan. I also have the little horse here that you get for, you know, completing all the missions, which was my main goal in the game. So, how, though? I play the game a lot. And then, in terms of, is it Alt-L for collections, right? Yeah. So I have all the Giant's Hearts in the game, Island Souls, almost every Milkako Seed, Ignia Tokens, World True Leaves, all the Omnium Stars. I had all of them. They have added new ones. Sea Bounties, I'm pretty close with that. Masterpiece is pretty close. So I've spent a lot of time. Oh yeah, Rapport. That's Alt-N, right? Am I right about that? Yes. Of course, my Rapport is always maxed out with pretty much every single character. It's not really that big of a deal. There's a few of them that I haven't maxed out, but for the most part, I've pretty much done everything. So yes, I've played this game a lot, and I just want you guys to understand that, like, I do want to see this game improve and get better. I just don't know if the developers understand what the problems are. You didn't max Yamna Squirrel? I think I did, actually. Could you show this crystal cost on the store? I don't even know. Forgot about the stone gamba. Yeah, they just was your 9/7 stone. I quit before it mattered. And I would like to come back and play this game. Because, as I said before, I think this game has incredibly great combat and really great gameplay. But some other things just aren't, they're just not up, they're not up to par. You want to see something crazy, though? Did you guys see that? Blizzard, hey Blizzard, listen. Listen, Blizzard. Blizzard, you guys see how this works? Isn't it crazy how this goes? Write this down. Write this down. What the fuck? How about right here? Who just walks around it? What about over here? Who walks around both of them? What about here, here, and then here? Wow! That's incredible! What a joke! So yes, obviously, I would really, really, really like to see this game improve. So I can feel like all of the time that I have invested into this game did not just get deleted. But I do think that they should completely get rid of this system. Or they should expedite it to where it takes literally 1/10 the time that it takes now. Okay? Like, literally 1/10 the time. The gems, they should make it to where you get more gems from doing the higher levels, and you get, like, higher level base gems, so it's easier to get level 10 gems. How much are level 10 gems now? Oh, I can't talk to him because I don't have the crystalline aura set up. I don't want to buy it just to do that. But I'm sure, how much are level 10 destruction gems? They're 450k? Okay. Yeah. So, that's a lot of money. They give you some in aura in the mail for free? Who cares? What is all this? Great. Holy shit. Oh my god. Jesus. Cool. It's like, how do you have a game that has armor that's this badass and you're ruining the game? Like, how you are literally the Giga Chad version of Ifrit and Diablo put together, and people still don't want to play the game. Are you fucking kidding me? Think about how bad this is. This is a fucking travesty. And they're trying to bribe people by giving them so much silver. They got 4 million silver. Oh great, more Fions. Jesus. I gotta look at all these stupid little things. Cookie workshop? Oh my god. Anyway, I don't know. Pay to win, ruining games. The reason why this game has problems it has everything and nothing to do with pay to win. And what I mean by that is that the systems in the game are designed in a way to make you want to pay to win. Like Chaos Dungeons, Guardian Raids, this kind of stuff. They're done in a way to make you want to pay to win. But ultimately, you don't really have to pay to win. You don't have to do this. The systems that the game has are designed in a way to make the game less fun and harder to achieve goals in if you don't pay to win. There are people that play the game and they're not pay to win, but the problem is that they have to play the game 8 hours a day, whereas somebody who is just a light spender only has to play 1 hour a day. Or play 1 hour a day. That's what the issue is. When I was playing it, it was like a second job. I mean, you're right. Pay your second work game? Yeah, and that's the issue. Yes, playing 8 different characters. See, this is what they should do. What they should do is at the character select screen, you should have the ability to select one character. And that one character who is your, quote, main, should get all of the rewards that you would have gotten from all of your alts. You understand? So you 6x the rewards onto one character. Problem solved. I don't know why you can't do this. So yeah. It's just sad. Do other games do that? I don't care. I don't care if you don't even have 6 alts. I don't have any alts. I don't care about any of these characters. I only want to play this guy. I don't care about this dude, this dude, this dude, her. I don't give a fuck about any of them. I only want to play my main character. I never want to play a fucking alt. And if I do want to play an alt, I will go and play the alt. I don't want to play my alt, some dysfunctional, shitty version of my main character, just so I can feed it gear to my main character. It's ridiculous. Jesus Christ. How is it so hard for these developers to figure it out? Oh. She was the one, by the way, that said that Lost Ark was annoying. So, there you go.